I'm immensely honored that my ending will be the start for this next president of Converse and this new chapter in the college's history. It's a wonderful time for new beginnings. The chair of our Board of Trustees, Ben Wall, is with us to announce Converse's 10th president. But before he shares this good news, please join me in welcoming the chair of the Presidential Search Committee, Bill Barnett, to the stage.
Thank you. Like each one of you, I've waited for 8 months for this day to come as well. I thank Betsy. Our Presidential Search Committee included representatives, as you know, from the student body, the faculty, the staff, and those who have graduated from this wonderful institution, trustees as well of Converse College. I would like to take this moment to thank them and to name them, as they worked very hard over an extended period of time to do this good work. First of all, and probably most important, who got an education in this process all by herself, is Jessica Backman, a current student in the class of 2016. Jeff Barker, our provost, Joy Couch, the director of athletics, Phyllis Perrin-Harris, the class of 1982 and a trustee, Ken Howard, a trustee, Dennis Hughes, the director of human resources, Kim Kent, the class of 1997 and a trustee, Mike Russ, a trustee, Jane Boatwright Schwab, the class of 1977 and also a trustee, Melissa Walker, the George Dean Johnson Professor of History, and Ben Wall, the chair of the Converse College Board, who you will hear from in a moment, and Professor Doug Weeks, the Babcock Professor of Piano. To all of them and each of them, I express my thanks, and I hope you will as well. This committee did work for 8 months and demonstrated an unswerving commitment to this college throughout the process. We were fortunate to have the expertise of a leading national search firm, Isaacson Miller, who guided our work. I also would like to thank Stacy Brewer, known to all of you and known well to us, for her remarkable support and encouragement during this process. In the end, each committee member arrived with conviction and enthusiasm at the same place, and we made a unanimous recommendation for the next president of Converse College. We are really thrilled for you to meet her today, and we are confident that she will provide the strongest possible leadership for Converse as we continue the incredible momentum of this past decade. Thank you all very much, and I offer you Ben Wall, the chairman of our board.
Thank you, Bill, and good afternoon, everyone. Today is the kind of day that only comes along a handful of times in the life of an institution, a day when the air is charged with excitement as we envision great possibilities for the next chapter of this college. It is a day that provides us the fortunate opportunity to welcome our new leader and to celebrate the legacy of our current leader. And it is my great honor to stand before you today and do both of these. To Bill Barnett and the members of the search committee, thank you for your commitment and diligence during the search process. The Board of Trustees is most grateful to you, and we salute you for the excellent work you've done that brings us here today. To Betsy Fleming, we honor your leadership that has enabled Converse to create a strong position among the best liberal arts colleges in America. Converse today is widely recognized for excellent student outcomes, for a willingness to make bold moves that maximize our strengths, and for innovative ideas that are reshaping the higher business education business model. You have led us to this moment in our history, and we are eternally grateful for the indelible mark you leave on this college. Converse is steadfast in our mission to develop engaged, adaptable citizens through a liberal arts education for women. It is clear that this mission is as important and relevant today as ever. The candidate recommended by our search committee and unanimously endorsed by our Board of Trustees shares in our deep commitment to this mission and to the uniquely powerful environment at Converse. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce her to you today. On July the 1st, 2016, we will welcome Krista Newkirk as the 10th president of Converse College. As the Chief of Staff at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, Ms. Newkirk is a respected and passionate leader with broad knowledge and experience across the higher education landscape. She brings a strong history of maximizing the potential of every institution and organization she serves. Krista Newkirk has spent the last 13 years of her career at UNC Charlotte. In 2012, Chancellor Philip Dubois asked her to serve as the university's first Chief of Staff. She has exceeded his expectations and earned her campus community's trust and respect as a leader. Ms. Newkirk provides effective oversight of the university's strategic goals and initiatives, plays a central role in addressing major issues confronting the university, manages large-scale institutional projects across divisions, works closely with the Board of Trustees, and oversees institutional budget allocations. Prior to becoming the Chief of Staff, she served as the Senior Associate General Counsel for UNC Charlotte. This role also offered her the opportunity to work across university departments, to gain in-depth understanding of a wide array of issues, and to help steward a breadth of initiatives. She has supported the Chancellor, the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and the staff on a range of legal topics. She's managed complex litigation, and she served as legal counsel for startup nonprofit corporations that brought to life ideas that were born within the university. Before joining UNC Charlotte, she worked as an attorney both in private practice and as in-house counsel for a Fortune 300 company. Ms. Newkirk spent most of her childhood in Missouri growing up and attended the University of Missouri's Honors College and the University of Nebraska at Lincoln. She graduated in the top 5% of her class with a Bachelor of Arts in English and a minor in philosophy, and went on to earn her Juris Doctor from the Marshall Wythe School of Law at the College of William & Mary. There, she served as editor-in-chief of the William & Mary Journal of Women and the Law, as well as a teaching assistant, and she was selected Outstanding Women Law Graduate by the National Association of Women's Lawyers. Krista Newkirk is a graduate of Leadership North Carolina and has served on numerous boards. She chairs the education section of the North Carolina Bar Association. She co-chairs the research committee of the board for the Women and Girls Research Alliance and served as vice chair of the board for Metro Atlanta Scholars Academy, a nonprofit charter school for gifted and talented children. Her peers have selected her as a legal elite in the corporate counsel category by Business North Carolina. The Converse Board of Trustees believes Krista Newkirk is an ideal leader for Converse College. What set her apart from the highly qualified field of candidates was her capacity as a strategic thinker who understands all facets of the higher education enterprise and her ability to skillfully leverage partnerships to achieve mutual success. As her experience demonstrates, she is an outstanding collaborator who knows how to build consensus across multiple stakeholders with diverse interests. We were struck by her great intelligence, her personal warmth, and her strength as an excellent listener and thoughtful communicator. As you will soon come to know, she is the calming poise and presence of an experienced leader who is both confident and at the same time humble. The Converse representatives who have invested time and energy getting to know her believe that she understands Converse, our students, our character, our values, our deep commitment to our mission, and our path towards a vibrant future. They have praised her for her profound commitment to the liberal arts, as an inspired role model for our students, for her ability to act in the best interest of the many constituents impacted by decisions, and for her depth and breadth of experience in optimizing a college to fulfill its mission. Ms. Newkirk is joined here today by her husband, Lou Glenn. They have 2 sons and look forward to making their home in Spartanburg this summer. President-elect Newkirk, would you please come forward and meet your new Converse family?
Thank you so much for that warm welcome, and thank you, Ben, for that kind introduction. I would like to begin by expressing my sincere appreciation to the Presidential Search Committee for their work and for the thorough and well-organized process they've led. Having participated on many search committees over the years, I know how grueling and how much work and time that takes. I'm especially grateful to Bill Barnett for his thoughtfulness and generosity of time over the last few months. And the Converse Board of Trustees, especially Ben Wall, have been wonderful to work with during this process. Last, but certainly not least, I must thank my husband, Lou Glenn, and my 2 sons for their support throughout this process. It's a team effort, and I couldn't do it without them. I'm honored and humbled to stand before you today as the next president of this incredible institution. Words cannot describe how excited I am to be here, to be joining the innovative and growing Spartanburg community where higher education is deeply valued, and to be joining the Converse College family. While I wasn't seeking a new opportunity when I was first contacted about this position, I was immediately drawn to Converse's inspiring message of voice, value, vision, and to the college's mission of creating a distinctive and accessible liberal arts education for women. I was intrigued by this institution's impressive student outcomes, willingness to take courageous steps, commitment to excellence in teaching and learning, and the national acclaim and visibility these qualities have generated in recent years. I saw immediately the connections between Converse's strengths and the needs of its students and our broader society. And I was drawn by the important role Converse plays in the lives of young women. While you heard highlights of my professional background from Chairman Wall this morning, I was asked to share with you a bit of my personal history, which is testimony to the transformative power of higher education and is tied to the passion I've already developed for Converse College. I spent my formative childhood years on a cattle ranch in Missouri. When my father died unexpectedly at the age of 40 from a stroke, we lost the ranch, and we struggled financially and personally. This experience taught me at a young age the value of hard work, perseverance, self-reliance, and education. I attended college on an academic scholarship, and even with the support of several other scholarships, we struggled financially to cover the costs. Because of this, I completed my undergraduate in 3 years to help reduce costs, and I worked 30 hours a week. Because of that work, I was able to graduate with no student loans, and that allowed me to go on to law school. Some of my most fulfilling endeavors over the years include chaperoning 13 high school students for 17 days in China last summer as part of the Confucius Institute Summer Bridge program. I was the sole chaperone as well. Mentoring law students at my alma mater, serving on the Women and Girls Research Alliance Board and leading its research committee, and serving as the vice chair for Metrolina Regional Scholars Academy, a nonprofit public charter school for gifted and talented children. The common thread among these experiences and background is the transformative power of education and the value of instilling in young people a strong work ethic, self-reliance, the ability to see the strength they have inside of themselves, and a vision for their future. These values are foundations to our success, and in these times of rapid and disruptive change, our vision and our values must be clear. We must know that regardless of the path we choose, our principles will guide us to our destination. It is by standing on this strong foundation that we may reach higher, be more innovative, and expand our horizons. As I've learned more about Converse College, at every turn I found compelling evidence that this foundation has underscored President Fleming's strong leadership over the last 11 years. Today, Converse is succeeding when other similar institutions have floundered or have forsaken their mission. Together, we will continue this work, finding new ways to strengthen Converse and provide value for our students and alumni. Together, we will demonstrate that a liberal arts education is the foundation for society and for the workforce, regardless of the sector. A few years ago, I participated in a forum with various leaders of companies in Charlotte to learn what they needed in their workforce. The one resounding message we heard from all sectors, regardless of their sector, it echoes the plea from employers nationwide. They need employees who can think critically, analyze issues, understand the global context, and who can communicate clearly, succinctly, and persuasively, both in writing and orally. In short, they need employees with a liberal arts education. These skills must remain at the heart of a liberal arts education. It is through demonstrating these skills that Converse's students will continue to distinguish their value and achieve success. As I interviewed for the presidency, I had the opportunity to meet and talk with several students. I found them to be bright, energetic, and engaging. When I asked them about their experiences and what they loved about Converse, their faces brightened with enthusiasm. Arden described that she knew as soon as she walked on campus that this was the place for her. Brownda described the warm atmosphere and the immediate connections she made because of Converse's mentoring program between big sisters and little sisters. I heard time and again how Converse's culture helps students find their passion and their voice, and how students who were too shy to speak out in high school began to run for student government positions, start radio stations, or participate in model programs, things some never would have imagined before. I don't know about you, but that struck a powerful chord within me. The faculty members I've had the privilege to meet are talented and accomplished individuals who have a passion for teaching. And they're contributing not just in the classroom, but also through their research and creative endeavors and their community service. As a college, we must support and value these accomplishments outside of the classroom because these endeavors inform their pedagogy and ultimately make them better teachers and mentors. I've had the pleasure to meet some of Converse's wonderful alumni and to hear about the impact Converse has had on their lives. These women are confident, intelligent, and energetic, and they have high expectations. They're leaders in their communities, in their fields, and in their families. They have leveraged their Converse experience to shape their futures according to their individual definitions of success, whether that is to be the general counsel of Walmart, a lead executive for a large financial institution, an advocate for change within government, or as an entrepreneur starting her own business. I look forward to meeting more of our outstanding alumni, learning about their experiences and helping them to strengthen their connections to Converse. As the 10th president of Converse College, I will advocate for the mission of this great institution and the bright futures of its students. I plan to begin my tenure with a listening tour during my first 100 days. I want to hear from our faculty, staff, students, alumni, donors, and community and business leaders about what Converse is doing well, what makes it unique, what it can do better, and how it can engage with the community to produce dynamic citizens who affect positive change in the world. With that feedback, I will work closely with faculty, staff, and the board to advance strategic initiatives already underway and to develop a common vision and goals for the future. I eagerly anticipate the opportunity to work with the best and brightest faculty, staff, and students as we build on the momentum of the last decade and envision together an even brighter future for Converse College. And I look forward to seeing you at one of Converse's cultural events or on the sidelines cheering on our student athletes. Go Valkyries!
Krista, it's truly a pleasure to welcome you to Converse. And I know this campus community will enjoy getting to know you as much as we have on the search committee. You are joining an incredible family of students, faculty, staff, and I am deeply certain your excitement for our journey together will continue to increase as you get to know these special people. As we enter the final 2 months of President Fleming's tenure and prepare for Krista Newkirk's arrival on July 1st, a transition planning team will be assembled. Among their priorities will be arranging more extensive opportunities for our community to get to know Ms. Newkirk after she starts in July. In the meantime, I invite you all to join me in the upper lobby of Blackman to meet her personally today. Thank you for taking part in this important day for Converse, and thank you for your love of this institution.